Hello, I am Barendipitous, and this is just a quick little video talking about Brawlhalla Fest. Before I get into it, I want to as usual thank Blue Mammoth Games and Ubisoft for supporting me as a content creator, being a Brawlhalla partner and a Ubisoft partner and all of that. So thank you very much for all of that and inviting me to basically make a video kind of talking about Brawlhalla Fest. But I'm not just going to talk about just Brawlhalla Fest because you can read all about it on like the Brawlhalla website and everything like that. No, actually, what I want to do, and I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and what better time to do this than to in a time when we're celebrating Brawlhalla as a game, is to talk about the different ways you can play Brawlhalla. I'm going to kind of set some parameters to this because, well, I'll explain in a moment. But anyway, here we are in the game right here. We have this really, really awesome. Well, sorry, I'm pointing the wrong way. We have this really awesome Void Zenith Artemis skin that is coming on. I believe it's coming out on June 12th. So as I'm recording this video, should be a couple weeks from now. Very exciting. I'm very happy about this because in Battle Pass Season 5, we got an epic skin for Orion, Orion Prime. And in that Battle Pass, Artemis got a progression skin, which is really cool. Event Horizon Artemis or something. But now we have an epic skin for Artemis to go along with the epic skin for Orion because the two of them are rivals. So Orion Prime and oh gosh. What was it again? Void Zenith Artemis. Very cool. Very excited about it. And there's also Bifrost colors. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play at least one match to kind of show you how to earn the Bifrost colors. But the whole point of the main focus of this video is going to be talking about the different ways that you can play Brawlhalla. Now, I talk about this because I wanted to briefly talk about this because I know that there has been some discussion in the active Brawlhalla online community, especially among content creators, YouTubers, streamers, and whatever, kind of talking about how difficult it is to make content for Brawlhalla, or how difficult it is to be creative with Brawlhalla content. This is, of course, not really a problem I have because I focus on lore, which is the lore of Brawlhalla, which is a very niche kind of thing. But I thought I would at least, at least offer some potential suggestions to maybe potentially broaden your mind, if you'd like, on how you can play the game, because really, especially in the past especially in the past year or so, the developers of Brawlhalla have really expanded the options that you can have. So yeah. So anyway, to kind of set some parameters up here, I am limiting it to just custom game room because we all first of all, like, you can count like on one or two hands the basic online ways that you can play, right? Well, sorry, the basic, like rank, the matchmaking games. There's free for all. There's strikeout 1v1, friendly 2v2, experimental. That's 4. With rank, there's ranked 1v1, ranked 2v2. There's a ranked. There's a brawl of the week kind of a thing. Or I guess during Brawlhalla Fest, it's brawl of the day. It's gonna change each day during Brawlhalla Fest. And join ranked is just so that's 3 plus the 4. So that's 4 matchmaking. 4 matchmaking, ways to play matchmaking games, essentially. Actually, I guess 5, because this is the brawl of the day. Sorry, I was mistaken. We have in ranked we have, yeah. So the ranked queue. There's a different ranked queue each month. So there's that, and then brawl of the week, which now during Brawlhalla Fest is brawl of the day. Today is 3v3 skirmish. So that is 8 matchmaking ways to play matchmaking. There is, of course, offline play, which I'm not sure if you can obviously play, with people like locally. Training, which I guess can be a kind of a form of like playing, but I think people treat training a little more seriously than that. Tournament is kind of like a little game thing. I'm not entirely sure if I would count tournament or tutorials for like playing Brawlhalla, because technically you could do that if you wanted to. That would be 2 extra ones. But I'm not counting Couch Party because that is in the same realm as custom game room. Here is where I'm going to focus on the many ways you can play. So apart from the 8 matchmaking ways to play, If we go to a custom game room here, this is where you can fiddle with all of these different settings. Okay, so by the way, also I have I did a little bit of research beforehand, and I made a document that kind of kept track of the various ways that you can play. I'll get back to that in a moment, but well, actually, as this document says, kind of towards the top. So the question is, how many game variants can you make in a custom room? Okay, I'm going to say right here, I am not going to count variations on the number of minutes in a match. I'm not going to count number of stocks. I'm not going to count damage percentage or handicap. And I'm not going to count score to win. The reason why I'm not counting those four in particular is there is a lot of variation. In some modes you can have up to 99 lives, and in other modes you can have like infinite time, or like just a very long time, things like that. Damage percentage, there's a lot of variation in there. I didn't want to inflate the numbers for things that basically I'm trying to focus on the things that really that feel like they actually might change the game in a noticeable way. Changing the number of lives from 3 to 5 is not really that exciting of a difference. Same thing with changing the number of minutes in a match from 8 to 6 or whatever. Or you could make an argument for damage, but there's so much variation I decided not to count it this time. And I'm fine with that because we still end up with quite a large number anyway. So before I get into all of my numbers that I crunched here, I want to show you my method. So if you look here, you can see all of these different game modes just at the top. If you only count these game modes, there's 22 of them, I believe. I counted 22. 22 different ways to play Brawlhalla in a custom game room. All right? So that's cool. That's neat. 22 game modes, that's quite impressive, honestly, for a fighting game. And yeah, some modes might be more different than others, but there are fundamentally 22 currently. Now, on top of that, there are variations within each of the game modes. In an update, I think earlier this year, it used to be that Strikeout and Switchcraft and Morph were separate game modes by themselves. But earlier this year, the developers of Brawlhalla decided to change these to actually variation toggles for most of these other game modes, adding more variability in what we already had. So taking those 3 game modes out and making it so that lots of other game modes can be affected by Strikeout, Switchcraft, and Morph. Strikeout being that each of your stocks you're playing a different legend. Switchcraft, you're basically switching the weapons and signatures of your characters, and Morph, you can switch between characters at the push of a button, and it does not involve picking up weapons because you have a weapon automatically equipped with each one. So, with these 22 game modes, if you count these variations, and not all of these game modes have all of these variations. For example, Brawl Ball only has 2 other variations instead of 3, or Kung Foot only has Morph but not Strikeout or Switchcraft, right? So I counted all of these variations, and what I came up with was 55. So if you include all the variations of each of the game modes, that's 55 ways to play Brawlhalla. But we can go even deeper than that. We have all of these settings right here underneath the variations. Okay, so this is where you can really kind of customize each game that you want. So, for example, for stock, you can turn on teams, and if you turn on teams, you can turn team damage on or off. So that's 3 variations right there: no teams, teams on, no team damage, teams on with team damage. Again, I'm not counting lives because you can get up to 99. That can be a ridiculous number if I keep track of all of that. Match time, you can switch from basically 1 to 15 minutes. Damage, if it's 100% damage, then everything does damage as normal, but you can change it all the way up to, I believe, 300%, and the lowest is 50%. All right, but again, I did not count lives, match time, or damage. And also, I did not count, well, I counted the variation in gadget spawn rate. I did not count turning off or on specific gadgets, okay? I did not count this because that's also a lot, and who knows, maybe that wouldn't make too much of a difference either. But I did count everything else, whether you can turn test features on or off, test maps on or off, how you set the map, and the max number of players. Okay, because you know, like a 3v3 stock, like a 3-player stock battle is probably going to feel different than a 4 or 5-player stock battle, that kind of thing. So with all of that in mind, and also some games have a score to win. I did not count this either because you can have it be infinite or like a higher number or something like that. Okay. Also, it should be noted that Morph does not give you options for weapons or gadget spawns because you just automatically have weapons with Morph anyway. Okay. So with all of that in mind, I'll just sort of like briefly show what this document I quickly drew up was. You can see that some don't have any, like for example, Horde, Walker Attack, and Snowbrawl, and so forth. They don't have like variations like Strikeout or Morph available, so there are fewer there. But yeah, if you count everything, all of these things that I already mentioned, then the number of ways that you can play Brawlhalla is 1,036. Now, of course, again, some variations might be more meaningful than others, but that's a lot of customization. I'm not sure of if any other fighting game has this amount of customization. Then again, I haven't closely looked at other fighting games, so maybe I could be wrong. But this is still very impressive to me. Even if you don't count all these like little tiny things like turning teams on or off, or like test features on or off, or all that kind of stuff, that's still 55. That's still 55 ways to play Brawlhalla if you have game modes including the Switchcraft, Morph, and Strikeout variants. And if you don't count that, that's still 22 game modes. So 22 game modes, or 55 game modes with variants, or 1,036 reasonable variations within modes and their variants. So I think that's really cool. I think that's a real testament to the creativity and flexibility of the Brawlhalla dev team, and also their willingness to kind of give us players as many tools as possible. If you wanted to count the matchmaking queues, you just need to add 8 to any of those numbers there, and that's how many times you can play Brawlhalla. I think that's neat. So anyway, there you go. I think, like I said, I figured this would be a fun way to sort of celebrate, this game that I love and love the lore of course, by just sort of saying, hey, you can play as with all of the legends now during Brawlhalla Fest. There's a Brawl of the Day instead of Brawl of the Week, so there's a different ranked Brawl of the Day, matchmaking Brawl of the different matchmaking Brawl of the Day throughout Brawlhalla Fest. And I think I will conclude by playing a ranked game with my main Scarlet, because I want to try to I'll keep playing until I earn the Bifrost colors for Scarlet. So I need to win a game with Scarlet. Maybe I would have an easier time doing that in experimental or something, but we will see. We'll see how this goes. Ooh, we already have an Artemis. That's exciting. I love the Bifrost colors, by the way. Like, it's really cool to see the Bifrost and other sort of like pieces of like Norse mythology and just Brawlhalla lore in general kind of become more involved or like kind of shown more in the game. And here you get to see my rather average gold gameplay here. Aren't you excited? Also, not everybody knows this, but we actually do get to see the Bifrost in the game already, even without Bifrost colors. Bifrost colors is just kind of like a really fun bonus. So how can you see the Bifrost already? Well, if you gravity cancel that platform that's made, that sort of like glowing crystal, that glowing crystal, like a glowing crystal platform that you stand on when you do gravity cancels, that is the power of the Bifrost. I know that because I think a year or so ago the developer said as much in a dev stream. I wish I had the source for it. I'm sorry I don't, but so you're gonna have to trust me on this. And you can also ask if you get a chance to ask any developers, any Brawlhalla developers. You can also ask them as well. Like, is the gravity cancel platform based on the Bifrost? You can also see a little bit of like rainbow kind of colors on the platform as well. So, so I'm trying to gravity cancel a little more often. I don't do it very much to kind of give you more opportunities to look at it in here. Yeah, but yeah, if you look closely at the gravity cancel platform, it's this rainbow crystal kind of thing, and it is using the power of the Bifrost, the rainbow bridge that connects Midgard, Earth, to Valhalla. Actually, so yeah. Okay. I'm a little nervous about this match, but I might be able to actually win this and get the Bifrost colors for Scarlet first try. That would be really awesome. I am most comfortable with Scarlet, so oh, there we go, perfect, we got it. Oh man, wonderful. I'm sorry, I'm not rematching because I need to kind of move on with finishing this video. But yeah, almost at level 50 with Scarlet, and there we go. I now have the Bifrost color scheme for Scarlet. And so basically this is to show that during Brawlhalla Fest, if you win a match with a legend, I think in any matchmaking queue, I'm pretty sure, then you get the Bifrost color scheme for that legend. And if you win a match with all of the legends, then you will get the universal Bifrost color scheme, which means that any future legend that comes after Vivi you also have Bifrost colors for that. And also, if you get 10,000 experience points during Brawlhalla Fest, you'll get this really awesome Void Zenith one more emoji skin. So, what do these colors look like? Battle Pass colors. Ah, yes. Oh, that's so. It's very pretty. I love it. Ooh, yeah, I really like it on Pull Up Appeal, Scarlet. For some of the colors might not match exactly. I like it when a little more of that red and orange is in there. I think that really helps put it together. Otherwise, it kind of just looks like other colors that are already around. Oh, I do like the vibrant blues on. This is my favorite skin, Bewitching Scarlet. But yeah, there we go. And I also do like how it looks on Tea Time Scarlet as well. So anyway, there you go. That's all I've got for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that this also might have given you maybe some ideas to, or maybe encouraged you to explore the many different ways you can play Brawlhalla, either with your friends or for content or whatever. So thank you very much, and until next time, all the best.